Hello, everyone. I'm Zainab Selvi, and I have the great honor to be on stage with India's biggest movie star, Aamir Khan. I mean, we are talking beyond the actions movies of James Bond and Daniel Craig. We are talking beyond the romances of Richard Gere. We are talking beyond the charms of George Clooney. We are talking, ladies and gentlemen, above and beyond all of that, a man who has been acting since the age of 9, who has conquered the hearts of 600 million, yes, 600 million Indians. This is half of the Indian population. This man has done it. It's unbelievable. And in 2012, he surprises India, he surprises the world with launching a new TV talk show, Satyamev Jayate, that tackles social issues, taboos heads on. I mean, you just put yourself out there. What inspired you to do that?
Well, very good evening to everyone here. I think it started somewhere when I was a very small child, and it began with my mother, I think. My mother's been a big influence on me, and I'll narrate an incident of my life which stayed with me all along, and that's I used to play a lot of tennis when I was a kid, and competitive tennis, state level, national level. And I was pretty good at that time, and she knew how anxious I was about the game, how much I loved the game. And every time I had a match, she'd be waiting for me to come home. And when I would come home, she would ask me, did you win, did you lose? Usually I would win, so my answer would be I won. And then after about 5 minutes, the first time she did it, it really shook me. After about 5 minutes, she would come and say to me, the boy who lost to you today, he would have reached home about now, and his mom would have asked him the same question. And he would have said he lost. So his mother must be feeling really bad right now. And the first time she said that to me, it really hit me. I mean, her ability to think for another, a woman she's never seen, never met, really hit home to me. And I don't think she was meaning to tell me or teach me anything. That's just how she is. And I think a lot of what I am is a result of her. I think the second person who's been a big influence on me is my friend Satyamev Jayate, who happens to be the director of the show. Satya and I were in school together. He was a topper in the class. I was the backbencher. And he was brilliant. So he had the world at his feet. He could do what he wanted. But after we passed out, he decided to work for other people. So he didn't become an engineer or a doctor or a chartered accountant, which he could have been, or an MBA, whatever he wanted. He decided to spend his life, working for people who were less privileged than he was. I got into films and got into acting, and my career took off, and I was... So each time I would meet him, I'd feel really guilty. I mean, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was doing what I loved doing. But every time I met him, I used to feel, man, this guy is living for others, and I wish I could do half of what he's doing. And that kept troubling me. So I think a lot of all this finally resulted in what happened as SMJ, Satyamev Jayate. Television also grew strong in India at that time. And I reached a point in my career where I had earned a fair amount of goodwill, and I kept thinking that how can I contribute? You wake up in the morning, you read the papers, and you read about injustice, you read about poverty, you read about people who are less privileged than you, and you want to really do something about it. I think most of us feel that way. We don't know what to do. And I felt that for a number of years. And then I realized that I should do what I know best, and which is storytelling. And I should use the strength of storytelling to try and change minds and try and, enrich perhaps the discussion on certain issues that we face as a society. And I saw that no one's really doing it on that kind of a scale, on a public platform. And I thought if I combine the strength of TV with the goodwill that I've earned, and we try and actually combine journalism, investigative journalism and storytelling. So we really research each topic and then bring it to the country of India and share what we have learned. The huge majority of Indians has just loved the show. And that speaks a lot for what India is today. It speaks a lot for the fact that India wants to change. India is ready for change. I mean, I would have imagined, none of us had imagined a show which is picking such heavy topics would be so popular across the country. And the fact that it is so popular really speaks well for us as Indians today. That we have issues, we have problems, but we want to leave them behind, we want to come out of them, and we really want to move ahead and improve ourselves. I think that's what the success of the show tells us.
Has there, like, how do you come up about choosing the subjects? I mean,
We have a lot of fights.
and I mean, are there subjects where you say we're not going to touch that?
No, so far that's never been the case. We've picked really difficult topics as well. One of our really difficult topics was untouchability, which is a big issue in India. The constitution of our country says that we're all equal, but in reality, that's not so yet. It's a journey that we have to, it's still a journey that we are on to reach there. Sure, equality is an issue in a lot of societies, I think, but in India, because of the way the caste system is, it just makes it a lot more complicated. And that's a very touchy topic as well. It's a topic that people feel very emotionally about. And 15% of India, roughly 15% of India is Dalit, which is the untouchable caste. And so therefore 85% is not Dalit. And we are communicating with the 85% of country, speaking to them about, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Is it right? Are we comfortable with it? You know.
It's hard to sort of escape the fact that you lost weight or gained weight, and you sort of were thinner in here. But I understand it's because you're in a movie right now. You're in the midst of shooting a movie.
I'm actually getting ready for this film that I'm playing an older man who's an ex-wrestler. So I'm putting on a lot of weight, which is fun.
But has it changed your choices of stories as a movie star?
Not really. I wouldn't say it has changed my choices as an actor, but quite naturally I get attracted to films because of who I am. So this film that I'm doing, for example, it's called Dangal, which means wrestling, and the story is about this wrestler who has a dream to win a gold medal, an international gold for his country. He can't fulfill his dream because he doesn't have money, he has to give up wrestling, and so he decides that his son will fulfill his dream. And then he proceeds to have 4 daughters in the next 15 years. So the story is about his daughter fulfills his dream. Yeah.
And exactly. Well, Aamir, you could have easily rested in the limelight, and yet you took, with courage and with integrity and with love and inspiration, you just went ahead and inspired, half of India's population. This is a huge deal and inspiring all of us here in America. So, chapeau to you. Good luck. Keep going. We are all behind you. Thank you so much. Thank you.